Sound check, 1, 2.
This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
We get it, that's the past, but we need to focus more on having fun and being goofy, being ourselves.
July 7th, 2022. My name's Corey Winfield, and this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. Started back in 2019, April, and we've been going ever since. This is the 667th episode, and we're doing some stuff in Pittsburgh, so I figured this would be a good time to actually reflect back on some of the podcast episodes that I've been listening to, and the ones that really had deep meaning. And this one that I'm about to play is from June 15th, 2022. I should have been talking about, I got my 6 months today, man. This is freaking great. But instead, there was an incident that happened with our friend Rob. And if you go back to 2019 early on, you'll hear Rob. Rob's still a friend of mine to this day. But there was some stuff that happened that just blew my mind, and it was scary. And Matt and I were kind of talking about it. And Matt actually kind of left 217 Recovery for a hot minute. And then the stuff with Rob went down, and it was just so real and such a scary thing for both of us, to realize, like, oh my gosh, like we were all kind of doing well. And yeah, we saw some signs with Rob, but we were so early in our recovery, we realized that there's nothing we can do for him. Like we can be sober ourselves. Maybe he can want to be a part of that, but looking back at it and listening back to this, it was kind of interesting and reflecting back. And also you're going to hear a lot of background noise. That's because we used to do the show on Saturday nights from Charlevoix Pizza Company in Charlevoix, and they used to have really good pizza. I haven't eaten there in a while, but we used to do our show from there. So that's why if you hear background noise, that's what it is. And our microphones were way different back then. Starting out, we didn't have the funding. We didn't have any funds really. And, hey, the microphones were good for the time. They were like $30 on Amazon. And for people just starting a podcast, I recommend it. And they're a fine microphone is what it's called. But yeah, you can get them for like $25 now. But for what they were pretty good. But they do pick up a lot of background noise. So it's not that bad. I guess if you're listening to the story and hearing us talk and stuff, you'll kind of hopefully drown it out. But yeah, thanks for listening, and enjoy our episode from June 15th, 2019.
217 Recovery Podcast. Yeah, coming at you live. Doing DJ voice. Yeah. I'm not going to say I'm never going to do that again, but I'm going to try my best to never do that again. How's it going, Matt?
Oh, it's going fantastic. Great night.
And we got a special guest with us tonight, Tommy. Hey, Tommy.
Hey.
How you doing tonight, Tommy?
I'm doing wonderful.
You sound a little under the weather.
I think I got a little staphylococcus.
Oh, now, for your fans back in, were you from Battle Creek?
Yes.
You want to say anything to them?
Hey.
No.
Hey, y'all.
Was that for all the guys back home, your boys?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tommy. Well, we'll check back in with you a little bit later if we have time, because we're going to be featuring you tonight on the show, and we've talked about it like 2 weeks ago. So we really, really want to get you on because we pumped it up, put out a thing on Facebook earlier today. I've been talking you up, telling everybody. I ran into George the other day. You remember George?
Yes.
Yeah, he was like, man, I'm going to listen, dog. I'm going to listen, man. Tommy going to be on it. That's my boy, man. I was like, man, make sure you're listening. So, Tommy, we're going to make sure we get to you a little bit later in the show. But Matt and I really have something kind of serious that we kind of need to talk about, kind of just get it off our chest.
Yeah, definitely.
And do you want to start?
No.
Okay, I will start then. And this is a harsh reality for both of us. The unknown, the brotherhood, the not really knowing for sure, but knowing, and I saw something the other night with a guy who's real close, a good friend of mine, and it scared me. I've never seen anyone like that. I've never seen a face like that. I've never heard. It was not even the same person. It was scary to me, and I thought I was going to have to catch him. I didn't know what to do, and it comes to a point where you there's nothing you can do when you see somebody that messed up. And you brought up a good point, Matt, and when you said, I wonder if that's how people see us when we're 3 sheets to the wind, half gallon in.
Yeah.
And, man, I don't ever want anyone to see me like that. It was bad. And they probably have already. Man, I don't even know. It was scary. Like, then we didn't know what to do. I'm not a doctor. You're not a doctor.
No.
I wanted to call an ambulance or, to get him somewhere. And I don't know. We didn't. I mean, he didn't die. I'm afraid for him. And, he's kind of gets a little defensive a little bit and says we're overreacting and he's fine, everything's good. And that's what I told people too, man. When I was in my drinking, oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm good. I wouldn't pick up the phone because I knew I would text, and I don't know, man. It's hard to deal with, but at the same time, it's a lesson. It's something that we had to see, we had to go through. Maybe in a month, maybe in 2 months, we're going to hit a situation, or we're not going to be handling it the right way. I can think of 3 or 4 things right now that could happen at this moment, and I don't know what I would do. I hope to God that I wouldn't drink, but you never know. But seeing that, though, maybe that it will help. Maybe, in what you said, that really hit home to me when you said that. So I never thought about it that way, but yeah, maybe that's how our family, our loved ones, our girlfriends, or our brothers, our sisters. My sister had to take me to the hospital one time. My nephews were in the back, and because she was like, you're not doing well. Like, you need to go somewhere. And I was like, no. In her car, I'm puking. My nephews are back there trying to be like, hi, Uncle Corey, and I'm not in a good spot. Like, it was not good. And to put her through that, that's something I'm never going to forget. I'm sure she's never going to forget it. I just hope my nephews do.
Yeah.
But I don't know. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. It's been a really good day. Still sober. Yeah, that was that situation that you're talking about was really tough to see. Because I've never seen that. I've seen it with other people, but the relationship that me and him developed, it was a sober one. It was a real one. I seen the good. I seen the effort, the love. But then I also seen it. I seen it transpire into regret and fear and doubt. And just reaching outside of himself to cope. It just seemed to me like it was a constant coping. And I know for me in my recovery's got to be more than just coping. Because if I'm just coping, then I am just constant battling, suppressing. So it can't be about coping. It's got to be about finding joy, finding peace, love in my life. Something that drives me to change, not something that just distracts me from what's going on in my life. There was signs, and it was definitely an experience that I needed to see, no matter how tough it was, because it could happen to any one of us at any point in time, and I honestly believe that we may hardly even know that it's about to happen, that it is such a split, just instinct reaction, but I'm glad I seen it. But it was difficult, and I wish nothing but the best for that brother. He's still a brother, and I just wanted to let him know that there's a lot of shame that comes in with that, and I couldn't imagine the shame of waking up in a place where everybody is sober, and you're not. And I just wanted to let them know that there is no shame in that, because that's the sickness. That's things we're battling with every day. And, we beat ourselves up enough. And I think that when we do beat ourselves up, it drives us further into that addiction. So I felt like he didn't need any extra pressure. But I've almost fell multiple times since being sober. The last couple weeks, just feelings are overwhelming sometimes, and I just get I get fidgety, I get flustered, I get jittery, and I don't know how to respond. The only way that I know how to respond is just doing what I've always done, which is just drinking, and it does not help one bit. It seems like it helps. It helps maybe for the moment, but when you wake up the next morning and you got a broken nose and you're going to stretch and you hit the glass on the drunk tank, and your wallet's missing, and you got charges that you don't remember.
Laying next to some dude.
Yeah, and your pants are a little low.
Naked.
It's not a good feeling. But today, like I said on the podcast the other day, is that my desire to change is stronger than my desire to stay the same. Because I realize just the vanity and just pettiness of how I lived. I was getting nothing in return, and everything was just being taken from me. And today, when I purpose to do right, and I keep God in the equation, and I thank Him for what I see. Like, I've been rewarded so much, and I'm a completely different person. Today I'm not a criminal. Today I'm not a drunk. Today I'm not selfish. I'm not ignorant. I'm not arrogant. I am human. I'm loving. I'm compassionate. I'm kind. I'm a lot of good today, and I see a lot of good in people, and so really, yeah.
I'm glad that you brought up God, though, because without God, nothing really is possible. And until you can believe, I don't believe in, don't get me wrong. Some people just love their religion. They love going to their church and doing their thing, and they think when they go home that they're gonna be saved now, and they didn't kill anybody today, but they went to church and they gave their certain percent, and now they're good people. Well, it's your relationship with God is how my pastor told me, and it made sense. And God helps those who helps themselves. Well, that's not in the Bible. So some smart person said that one time, and but he does, though, and you really help yourself by believing and letting go. For example, Marcel here. Hey, Marcel.
What's up?
What's up? One day he's going to be on, and you're going to hear how he talks, and you're going to be like, "Wow, Corey, you nailed that." I'm a good impressionist. But Marcel, it's crazy the way our paths crossed. I was in Grand Rapids, he was in Grand Rapids, and for some reason I had to sit up at this place for 2 weeks before I could go and realize there was a cult in the back, and that wasn't my thing either. Of course, I was looking for any excuse to leave treatment center, but we crossed paths, though, and then another guy there I became friends with, and over the years, a year or two, it hasn't been really that long, almost 2 years. Jeez, you're getting old. Time's flying, Marcel. But he reached out to me, and just because, if you think about it, if I wouldn't have, and I don't remember, got in the car, drove that day in my little pajama pants, no wallet, no idea what was going on. I didn't kill anybody, but I was cop took me from my apartment, my parking lot, and if that didn't happen, Marcel, you wouldn't be here right now.
I know.
Isn't that crazy? And if I didn't go to jail, and if I didn't get out of jail and then go home and find the half gallon, start drinking that again, go back to jail again, be sent up here, you know, for treatment up to Boyne City or Boyne Falls, whatever, Marcel wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be about to eat this great pizza. By the way, we're at Charlevoix Pizza Company. That's what's up. Gonna get that 217 pizza.
Yeah.
Sorta. They're gonna call it. We're gonna get them to.
Oh yeah, it's going on the menu.
Yeah, because I was like, hey, because they have half of the pizza. It just says barbecue chicken. And we're like, what about that? And she just smiled. She's like, you guys are the ones with the pineapple, and we don't want to give it away.
No.
But there's some good stuff on that. It really is. But, yeah, we wouldn't be here right now, man. I mean, it's just crazy how just small things happen. And, you know, if I didn't meet the people that I did in Bear River, you know, I wouldn't be here. You know, one of the people that said he was going to do this and didn't was Ricky. A lot of people call him Black Ricky. And they call him that because he's brown. I'm not being racist, but Ricky's my boy. You know, we had a thing in there, Rico, you know, Ricky, Corey, Rico, kind of like Benifer. But he said something to me one day. I remember we were walking around the side, well, the pool table where that was, kind of walking around there. And he was like, yeah, Corey, that sounds good. Because I was like, man, I think I'm just going to start a podcast. And I know how to do it. I know how to do a website. I know how to do all that. I'm going to do it. And he was like, yeah, man, that sounds good. It sounds great. You need to do it. He's like, when you do it, then I'll give you your props, and I'll take, you know. And I was just like, all right, you know what? But it lit a fire in me. And where's he at? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I wish him the best. And you know, it's people like that had to be in my life, and for whatever reason, he was there. You know, those people inspire me, and just a little inspiration, man. I'm telling you, will go such a long way. It really will. And that's what I think a lot of people miss. When you're in recovery and you're trying to change your life and you're trying to do new things, it gets frustrating, man, because we want it all now, and we're not going to get it now. No. We couldn't even get that pizza right now. I mean, we're going to get it in like 20 minutes, but hey, that's fine. It's going to be worth it, and we know that. Yeah. But we gotta approach life like a pizza. You know, you order it up just like you want it, then you wait. But look at us, we're doing something in the meantime.
Yes.
So we're taking this opportunity to do something good for ourselves. And I guess that's what you have to do with life, too. So you just wait. You like that, Marcel?
Yeah.
Life's like a pizza. You order your stuff up there, put some onions on, some garlic on it, some horse meat, some lobster. He's from Maine, so he talks really funny. One day, I'm telling you, Marcel, when are you going to be on here? You want to schedule it now?
I gotta check my appointment schedule.
Check your appointment schedule.
Great shot after me.
You just broke your back. That's not funny, but he did kind of break his back. But yeah, though, if we could approach it like that, though, but see, nobody really knows what to expect in recovery. It's different for everybody. It is, and you know, like Jeff said in the meeting today, you know, that's something that I totally relate with. Is the whole, I don't wake up and just get the urge to drink or urge to use anything. I mean, we get that when we're in active addiction, because we're already hooked on it. Or we got to drink, or we're going to get sick. Or we got to use, or we're going to get sick. So we just do it to get back to normal. And it just becomes more and more and more and more, just like anything else. But when those things in life come at us that we don't know how to deal with, and it scares us, and it makes us feel uncomfortable, and we just do what we normally would do to make us not feel so uncomfortable. And that's the danger part of it, and that's something that we have to learn to work with and work on. Relationships, we talked about it the other night, man. It's something new to us. We don't know how to be in healthy ones. At least I don't. And until we experience it, you know, there's kind of no point, unless you can get somebody that understands and that is just has the biggest heart in the whole world, who's ready to just dig in, you know, and understand that, hey, this is something we're working on. You know, codependency is something that I didn't even realize that was a big part with all my relationships. You know, my mom, I mean, we're so codependent on each other that it's just unhealthy. But until you realize that, until you read about it, until you realize, oh my God, yeah, that's me, I'm going to start doing things different. How are you going to know? You know, you just go through life with whatever's making you happy, and we watch too many movies, too much TV, and we expect things to be here now, which our bread is here now. Yeah, see, life's getting better.
Yes.
Getting better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I'm hogging the mic.
I mean...
You told me not to talk as much, so I'm trying.
Oh.
We're playing the Matt game.
No.
If you don't know what the Matt game is, listen to the episode before this one.
Yeah, no, I agree with a lot of what you said just then. And I just consider myself fortunate to have found somebody that is very understanding and just loving, compassionate, and just drives me to be a better person, to be who I am, really. And just it's just a great experience. But as far as things when we want it, and going through just trials and temptation and all that, like I've heard and I've read that God's ways are not our ways, His thoughts are not our thoughts, and like I can't think that this life is just supposed to be comfortable all the time. Like God, who gave us life, today I believe is teaching us daily to learn lessons from what we go through. And what some people even say, what Satan intended for evil, God uses for good. That God can bring good out of any situation. And we don't know the beginning from the end, or vice versa. So it's a chain reaction, you stepping out your front door, and you're headed to work, and your car won't start, and so you take the bike, and you blow a tire, so you walk down this other road, and you're just having this really shitty day, and then you find out that there was an accident, where you was supposed to be, where you would have been if your car would have started. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, well, it's so unfortunate in our own minds, but we don't even see the outcome from where we're at. We're just too focused on the uncomfortability, the struggle, and not where it's taking us. Mm-hmm. So like today, I'm extremely grateful for pain, for desperation, because it's brought me to this point. And I needed to get to this point, and it wasn't in my timing. It was in God's timing. Like you said, half gallon, you had to, do it. It had to happen. Like it had to happen. That was a part of your story. That was a part of your journey. That's a part of your life. That's a part of your recovery. And without it, you would still be where you were. Yep. Who knows? Even worse. Mm-hmm. And I'm grateful today that I am broken. I'm getting stronger every day. Recovery is stronger every day. Every day. Whether little, little is fine with me. But and then I also believe that we are given hard times and certain experiences to be able to identify and have compassion for people. Because I mean, like if you've been neglected, if you've been shot down, if you've been ignored, manipulated, lied to, stolen from, if you've been all these things, wouldn't you think that you would purpose not to do that to another human being and know how it would feel for that human being, and you would have compassion and live your life to show love? I mean, I think as addicts, like, we lead such more fulfilling lives when we get sober than people who have never had an addiction problem. Because we're looking at life in its entirety. We're looking at everything. Everything is new. We're so appreciative of life because we've been in the darkness. And now we're in the light, and we realize that whether than the people who are in the darkness without the addiction, they're just in the darkness of the world. Mm-hmm. Selfishness, guilt, shame, whether it comes from other things. But, you know, life is good. God is good.
And you got to do it for yourself. And if you're in recovery, people probably told you that many times. Or maybe you don't think you're worth it. Maybe you're not in recovery. Maybe you're just listening because you're bored, doing whatever. Maybe you stumbled across this. You did it for a reason. You're listening for a reason. But you have to do it for yourself.
Yes.
Just like, what's the saying? It was a drunk horse thief, and then he stopped drinking, so you still had the horse thief. Well, the same thing. Like, if you're doing it for yourself, that's what you need to do it for. Because, example, I'm in a bad mood. Okay, I come home, or I message my wife or girlfriend or whoever, and hey, we need to see each other. Like, I think she's going to be the one that makes me happy. And then I get around her. Well, I'm still the same miserable person.
Yeah.
Now I'm bringing her down. You know, that's the codependency part where I'm thinking, oh, well, I just need to see her and make her. And she's probably like, no, I don't want you to bring that attitude over here. You know, like, only I can affect how I feel. And we've heard that many times, too, and it's true. You know, we're playing the mat game,
Yeah.
you know. So maybe we should call it something else. I don't know, I feel like it's offensive, but it's really not, you know. There's no offense being said when I was like, we'll call it the mat game.
Yeah,
But,
did we explain what that was?
well, we can explain it again. It's when we deflect and when someone is coming at us with, at least that's how we feel. You know, like, we'll do an example. Matt, don't put your shoes on that way. You got to put your left one on first.
You know, that is a really good idea. Yeah, I think I'll purpose to do that.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right. That's why I just thought I should tell you. You know, but that's what it is. It's like when you feel that way, because our normal, like when we feel defensive, like we want to get up and be like, man, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me to put on my shoe. You know, like, I mean, well, obviously that's probably a horrible example, but I mean, it just, when someone comes at you like that and it makes you feel defensive, where you have to, you know, get back up and no, I'm not doing that wrong, or that we deflect it with kind of humor and jokes, because we do that around the house now with each other, you know, just from stupid stuff, you know, like, hey, candy asses don't clean out the fridge from the bottom, you know, I'll keep that in mind, you know, that way when 3 months from now someone says something smart to us, where we can just be like, you know what, all right, man, I'll take that in consideration, you know, or just say it with a smile instead of getting defensive, and because that just starts conflict, and that works you up.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it does. You're only hurting yourself with that.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, because I am highly. I get defensive, and I get you know, yeah, I get defensive, and I just start kind of impulsively just running scenarios through my mind and just making a big deal out of really nothing. So, and I've been doing it a lot lately, and it's been manifesting in other ways. I've had multiple people tell me that I do this, and I'm starting to see it. And actually, the game that we play, where we stop and we run the whole process through, stop and think, I think is actually going to start to help, because it's going to be a learned behavior, and we're going to remember that we did it, and we can apply it to other situations. Because
Like I said, we did it in psychology class for a reason. At the time, I just thought it was fun and games, and I got to pair up with the hot girls. It didn't matter. But now, you know, the other day when I was thinking about it, I don't remember what it was you said, but it got me thinking about it. I was like, you know what? That's what we got to do. And I like doing stuff like that anyway, and we have fun with it, and it helps you and it helps me. So that's all we can do. But Tommy, I'm so sorry, bro, but we're not going to be able to probably get you on tonight.
What?
Yeah, but I promise. Tomorrow, though, I'll name a time and a place, and you can come meet me wherever I am.
Okay.
I might drive down to Benton Harbor. Well, no, I won't, because I can't, but yeah, that's okay. We'll figure it out, Tommy, but I apologize, but our pizza is here. Charlevoix Pizza Company. They're not, well, they gave us free pop, but wink, wink. But we did buy the 217 pizza, the chicken barbecue, so we're going to tear into that. Listen to our other podcast if you haven't. If you need resources, there's trainings coming up for suicide prevention. There's also something going on in Traverse City. There's something coming up next weekend in Gaylord, depends how you say it. But yeah, check out our resources page. You'll find something on there useful. There's also the golf tournament. I think you need to sign up by now, but you might be able to squeeze in there. Get a hold of Lisa at Kirsten's Ride for that. But yeah, thanks. 217recovery.com is our website. Like us on Facebook. Share us with your friends. We'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
For Matt and
Thanks
Jeff
a lot.
and Marcel, everybody here at Charlevoix Pizza Company, we're out of here eating some pizza tonight.
Yeah. Don't forget to park the car in your garage.
Nah, you're going to ride a horse here?
Thanks for listening to another episode of the 217 Recovery Podcast. Listen on the 217 Recovery app. Download the app and rate us in your app store.